Ok, recite kada može da se počne. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vladimir Rajković. I am an attorney at law here in Belgrade, Serbia. Generally, for last 4 years, my practice has been, I've been specializing in crypto startups, and also for the last five years, I've been trading. This talk will be about how to fundraise and protect yourself, but I set it up a little bit differently. Although the point of this talk is to inform you about safe and soft agreements, I think it's better to start from the beginning, because a lot of my clients come not prepared, not only for fundraising and soft agreements, but not prepared at all. In the beginning, first thing, everyone who set up a startup has an idea. Now, there is generally a problem because people are usually late with their ideas. They see something that is hot in the market and that is not ideal generally, and they think that they can make it better, and they start developing a new product that is going to rival it. Generally, the problem with that is by the time you can go to market, everything changed. Like that thing got hot 1 year ago. Now, even that thing is finished, and your idea is too late. And the second problem I generally get is the people come with Web 2 ideas, and that they try to add token in some silly manner. Why? Because, okay, they tell you their idea, and like after 5 minutes, they start talking about token, about getting rich. They're already in Miami driving Lambos, and you're like, okay, what does this token do? It has nothing to do with your token, and even your Web 2 idea is not solving anything. You can find maybe somebody from general business who is like heard about Bitcoin or investing into IT startups and take some money early, but generally you're not going to go anywhere with such idea. So if you have an idea, please talk. This is an excellent place to talk about your idea, to see what other people think about it, because I'm sure everyone here invests in crypto. Some in startups, some in general market. But they know what would they give their personal money for. And if no one wants to give money for your idea, even $50, just give up on it. Now, the second phase comes, you need to have a team. The team shouldn't be big in the beginning. People sometimes think somebody promised them 30K, 50K. They already signed up 5 developers for it, and they're generally bad business. First thing, you have to have a CTO or someone who can be a CTO or a decent developer. This is also a good place to find somebody. Ideally, somebody who was already in a lot of projects that failed. Why? Because they had their promised tokens from the project, and it went bust after like 2-3 months, and they are bitter about it. So when they see problems in your setup in a new company, they will immediately tell you about it. Second thing about the team is your friends and family. That is a huge problem. All of us have really close friends that also invest in crypto. All of us dream about millions, about building some teams, what we would do, etc., etc. And then you pull your friend that you talked about generally about crypto into the project, and you give him some role as Usually CFO or CEO, because you can find a lot of people with economic degree that doesn't guarantee anything. It's the worst thing you can do. Maybe 1 in 100 will do good in your in his role in your startup, but generally there will be just a rock and around your neck. And as you are widening the team, it's going to be more and more obvious. And other people that are more qualified for the job, that are in the team, are going to have problems with that, and that is going. You will see that in their work, because if they are not happy about it, they will not work enough. And also, as a lot of your team members, you will not have a setup like this to work and to see everyone every day and see what they are working. Most of the developers are juggling 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs. And if CFO, CEO is not good at his job, he will just annoy them, and like in 2 months you will have no product, and you will spend all your money if you had some. Now, Solana Foundation and Superteam Balkans changed one thing. Before, you had to find some investors or pull your money together to set up a company. Setting up a company is the first thing you should do before fundraising or raising money. Why? Because you will raise money with the company, not with your own name, and you will not be liable for the investments with your own assets. People usually forget that. The main problem with this, yes, what I wanted to say is here in Superteam Balkans, you can raise some grants for this step in your development, and you need, as soon as you get the money, you need to find the appropriate country or jurisdiction to set up your company. This is also, generally speaking, a big problem. The problem I could see with my own clients, because people sometimes hear from somebody what is a good jurisdiction for their company, for their project generally, and then they incorporate the company by themselves, and after that, when some lawyer attorney comes into the picture, what we see, you incorporated in a totally wrong jurisdiction. What could be the problems? Tax. Can you issue a token you want to issue in that country, in that jurisdiction? And with that, you will need to spend money again for appropriate jurisdiction. So before you spend your money, generally speak with people what is the best country to incorporate the company. That can be Serbia in some instances. If you are having for some tokens, Serbia for securities, generally Serbia is great place to have a company set up. I had some people who wanted to build buildings, then lease them to the public, and acquiring money through crypto was a great way for them. But generally speaking, Europe is not a good place for setting up the company that is going to work only in crypto, and that is going to raise money in crypto and pay salaries in crypto, etc., etc. You need to find with your team and your attorney or legal counsel the appropriate jurisdiction for that. When you get a grant, please, and I can't say this enough. Please keep the money in USDT, USDC, or whatever. Don't try to chase waves on Solana to make from 5K, 50 or 100K. I can't tell you how many projects were doing that, and after 2 weeks, they're like, are we gonna do this? Why? Because the guy already was ragged 3 times with his 5K, and now he's not answering his phone. So when you get the money, doesn't matter if it's Solana Foundation grant or from your investors, don't try to be smart and predict the markets. Because if you were smart and you could predict markets, you wouldn't be raising money through these means. You would be already a millionaire, so just don't do that. Please, I can't stress that enough. One of the banes of my work is people trying to make a lot of money. I don't know if you know, there was a project on Ethereum like 4 years ago. 3 years ago on Ethereum, and they raised millions through NFTs. And they wanted to make some game, and those NFTs should be incorporated in a game, and they raised like $10–11 million. NFTs went for 1 to 2 to 3 Ethereum at that time, and that was like Ethereum was 3–4K at that time. And CEO, I think it's a Japanese company. He was smart. He knew Ethereum would fall, and he sold everything into USDT. Then he bought Ethereum again, and he was like, now it's gonna do 2x from here. It went 75%. Ethereum went to $700. So his treasury went from 11 million to 2 million. So that is a cautionary tale for each one of you, because that guy raised $11 million. Most of us couldn't do that. He was not a fool, but when you get a lot of money, you sometimes lose yourself, and then start doing stupid moves. When you have a team and you already incorporated your company, you should talk with your teammates about percentages for the team tokens. People sometimes don't do this, but I think it's it's a smart thing to do it up front, because then everyone knows what he's doing. I'm not working in this startup for 6 months, and then you offer me 0.4% of the token. And I don't like the vesting schedule for the team and everything else, and then I rage quit everything. You need to do it as soon as possible, and everybody at that time should sign some type of contracts with the company. But what people get wrong at this step, they don't incorporate reverse vesting in these contracts. What does it mean? You get we set up how many years you need to work at this company to get the full percentage for your position. So if you, let's say it was 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, it depends on how serious is the project. But generally, people just give them not equity, but percentage of the tokens, and people quit, and you can't go out of that agreement. And the second thing, you could have used the rest of the tokens he didn't acquire to hire a new person for the same position. I had problems with founders. Like if you have 2 or 3 founders, and founders like to have big percentages in their teams, and I think those guys were having like 3 or 4%. And after 6 months, it was general consensus in the whole company that one founder has to leave. And the problem was his position, his tokens were connected with CTO position. So what would the company do and hire a new person for the same job? Where will they get 4% again? And that 4% is a lot of money if you seriously do business in crypto. So think about that, and when you sign agreements and when you make agreements with your team, talk about vesting schedule for the team and how many years they need to work. Also, it's not connected with fundraising, but I think it's a smart thing to do. You need to make a regular schedule for everyone that is working in the team, because it's quite easy to bullshit when you're a developer. I'm not a developer, I'm a lawyer, but I tell you it's going to be done in like a week, and then if I haven't done it on the 6th day, it's an all-nighter for me. You're going to get it on the 7th day. But generally, developers can't do that. They work in a lot of different companies. So it doesn't matter. You need to have a person in your team. It doesn't have to be CTO, because sometimes they should be a good managers, CTOs. But sometimes they're good programmers, they're your buddies, or it's you, but you're not good with other people and managing their time. You need to have at least weekly, but preferably daily calls, like 10-minute calls for different teams in your company. Why? Hello, Michael. Yesterday you said this is going to be done today. Where is it? And he can bullshit you for a day or 2 or 3, but on the 4th day, he's going to get fired. And if you don't do that, you just call them and tell you, it's going to be in a week, it's going to be 2 days. There are some projects, I know that serious projects, not connected with crypto at all, their IT department was bullshitting them for 3 years. For the last 3 years, it's in 2 weeks. And now they are so invested with them, they pay them so much money that they just can't fire them and find another solution and explain that to everybody who owns equity in the company. So if you want to be smart, set up schedule for everything, set up daily meetings, and that will also keep you on track. If you are a founder developer, you are gonna work by the schedule and not because sometimes you will think, I'm a CEO, I will do some work that I find satisfactory, and I'm not gonna do the work that is needed, let's say, for MVP, but I'm gonna manage to finish it in time. No, you need to go by the schedule. Everyone, including legal, including everyone, everybody in your team. And after this, you can start finding investors for your company. The best way, people usually ask me about safe contracts, agreements. Safe agreements are generally not good for Web3. Why? Your value of your company is tied to your token. It's rarely, there are some instances it is tied to the revenue share, but generally everything is token. And safe contracts in a lot of countries, you can't do them. Let's say in Serbia, you can't do them. Somebody will tell you, oh, it can be done. Yeah, there are ways you can do, but first thing, then it's not simple anymore. It's quite complicated. It's 30, 40, 50K with corporate attorney office who is going to do that for 2 months. So just skip it if you can, or find the jurisdiction for your company if you are a special company that expects revenue not from the token but from some product you're making. Find a jurisdiction where safe contracts is easily enforceable, and then you can find investors for that. For the soft contract is a simple agreement for future tokens. It's in its name it says simple, and on the first glance I'm going to say a couple of sentences about it and everybody will understand it. But when you are signing soft contracts, your legal counsel who is making them needs to be very careful with them. He can make mistakes connected with the percentage of the tokens or how much tokens will be in the project. Generally, I'm not advising even only the percentage of token you're buying to get into the contract. Why? Because that lets you be fluent with your tokenomics. Because if you're doing a project for next 6, 7, 8 months, metas are gonna change every month, every 2 weeks, every 3 months. Market sentiments are gonna change. So as much as possible, you need to be ready. I think somebody said be fluent like water. So, but also in this agreement, you are telling to your investor that you will give him a certain percentage of the supply of your token by some date. And that is your only obligation. You get the money immediately, you can spend it immediately, hopefully not. And your only obligation is if the soft contract is good. A lot of them online are not very good. You can try to make one even with ChatGPT and it's terrible. But if you find a good one, you will have, let's say, a year and a half to deploy your contract and give them the tokens. Now, you're not promising them your token is going to be successful. You're not promising them listings. And, well, you're promising them one listing. And you can easily do that on some DEX with little in LP if your project goes to nothing. You fulfill totally your obligation here. And one of the good things with this is you need to do KYC. There are instances you will not do it. There are instances that my clients had investors who didn't want their identity to be known, especially if they are well-known people online or in the community. But generally, you should do it. You should avoid American investors because you can have problems with American authorities. If you had a bad marketing team that was over-promising returns on your investment, you had some site that was full of pumping up the community about the sentiment about your token, you can have problems if that are Americans. So try generally to avoid them. Also, soft contracts can be signed with VCs, and I think it's the best way even with VCs in our space. But just try to, when you find VCs, try to find them through appropriate channels. Please, I had experience in it with my clients. Don't try to find them on Telegram or on X. people do that. People get scammed all the time because a lot of those Indian VCs are really well adapted how to fool you. And generally, when you're raising capital and after some time, if it's not going good, you become desperate, and then you rush into things and you rush into bad investors. If you choose for this, you need to I forgot to tell you about it. You need to choose a good chain for your idea in the beginning, but because all of you are here on Solana, and I think at the moment Solana is certainly the best way to go for a new startup. Don't go on Polygon or Ethereum. Polygon is the worst one. Oh, you know, technically it's the best. No. Why? You don't have liquidity on Polygon. Polygon is a dead horse, like going down. But on Solana, when you have, you need to fully utilize possibilities you have to find VCs, and Solana Foundation is a great way to make connections in the community with real VCs, or even with some other people who would invest because the blockchain was good to them in the last year, and they have some extra money and they want to invest it. Just don't try to find some unicorns on Telegram, because it's full of scammers, and I even had people got scammed from like 9-10K on a talk with them, and they offer you like some contracts for something, and like send us 4K, 5K, and then we will raise 500K for you. No. Just don't do that. And for one of the things connected with the soft contract, but that is not in a soft contract, is the market cap. When you're starting, don't be greedy. The problem is everyone starts thinking about especially if they have MVP. They start about thinking millions, billions, is going to be great. My 5%, 10% of the project is going to be worth $300 million. No. You need to raise as quickly as possible, as much money as you can, even if it's giving you less money in the end. First, generally, most of the projects die before they make any money. But if you want to come to the finish line and issue a token and start competing really on the market, you need to have a long runway with money. And the easiest way is to find money in the beginning. Investors, when you have calls, they generally sense fear. And if you are desperate to get money, even if your project is generally good, they can sense or smell that something is wrong, and that something is fishy. So they will ask you like, okay, you raised 70K, it's 4 months later, why you need 100 more? Where is your product? But if you raised 20K in the beginning for the worst valuation, but you would have those 20K to finish everything, and now you will lock in that new investor or VC or whatever. So don't be greedy, don't think about future money. Your percentages, even 1%, will be a huge amount of money if the project succeeds. And if it fails, 100% is a zero. So just don't go into that direction. And for the end, on my part, I think the main thing you should remember is speed is everything. If you have an idea, you need to, as soon as possible, if you're on Solana and you're in Belgrade or Balkans, come to Superteam, get that grant, get jurisdiction. If you don't know developers, there is a large and strong community here that even people will start working with you for free if they like the idea, and for you to go to market as soon as possible. If you think okay, you will give a lot of percentages to other people, but it's better to make 10 people modestly rich for certain than one person, 1 in 1,000. So I think you should think about it when you start your business. And speed is also the main thing when you find an investor. First, don't believe everybody. Everyone will tell you they are millionaires, multimillionaires, they are flying private jets around, and when they need to send you 15K, you're gonna wait for it for 3 weeks. So, and don't count on that money until it is in your wallet in a stable coin. And one more thing for the end of our talk. Spend your money really carefully. Not only to keep it in stable coins, but don't think you're a millionaire when you have 50K in your wallet and you got those 50K like from 2 investors in 2 weeks, and then you think it's gonna be easy, I'm gonna raise 500K, 1 million like in next month. No, you're not. Even people that are on Wall Street can't raise, it's difficult to raise 1 million in short amount of time, and if it's your first or second or third startup, you're not gonna raise $1 million in a month, unless you have really revolutionary idea, but I generally doubt that. So, do you have any questions or?
Maybe 2 questions. One is from real life, one is from like blockchain space. Maybe this one is easier from blockchain space. You're talking about contracts on the legal side, and okay, you're expert in that. I don't have any touch of that. But since we are all in the blockchain space and we are going with this mantra, code is the law, and we have smart contracts. What is the status currently? For example, if you're talking about vesting, what's the status, legal status of vesting via smart contracts? So we put tokens initially that we get USDT. Can we put USDT in the smart contract and we have automatic vesting, so the chain does it. So what's the legal status of that, and can we connect these contracts with the smart contracts? So can we start pushing smart contracts into the legal space? I know that it's now not fully crystal defined, but probably you have more information about that.
Here, no, it's not defined. But generally, your company is not going to be in Europe. If you're in Web3, if you're on Solana blockchain, generally you should be in some other jurisdiction. And if you're in some other jurisdiction, you need to find a jurisdiction where that is legal or not forbidden in the law.
So it is feasible to use smart contracts to do this automatic vesting?
Yeah.
Remove human factor.
Yeah, it is.
And the second question, for example, potential situation, we have a company, for example, in one country, and okay, we divide up the parts, let's say on the thirds, but the investor wants to now create a new company where he wants to invest, for example, in Switzerland, because Switzerland is crypto-friendly, etc. Is there any legal way that when we make a deal in, let's say, Serbia, that these proportions that we split money automatically is translated into this Swiss company? Because sometimes it can happen that when the money comes in Switzerland, then the deals change. Can we make any sort of legal combination?
Are the founders the same in both countries?
The same, but then when the money comes, people change when the money comes. And then when the money comes in Switzerland, then the deal is off in the sense that the percentages now they want to renegotiate.
Generally, yes, but if you're working with a Swiss company, you need to have a Swiss attorney on this.
My question is, can we legally bind it that status of this company automatically is translated to any new entity that we create? Is there any legal way to do that?
You can make a general agreement between yourselves that any any new entities you found connected with the project, except on set, will have the same founder structure.
So there is like legal, and does it have specific name or something just for investigation purposes?
I think not.
Okay.
But maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's fully legal.
Okay, thank you.
Yes?
Thank you very much for your time and insights. Which jurisdictions would you recommend for some people like us here if we want to start? Maybe, I don't know, I heard US LLC is a good one, but what would you, just like, what are a few?
US, don't go to US.
Okay, what are some good?
Islands, generally, islands in the Caribbean are great fare, or now Latin America is starting to get traction. Like, I still haven't incorporated anything in, let's say, El Salvador, but I know people who have, and those are generally better places for you because those countries will not put a lot of fees on you during the company life, because even in Serbia, everything you do, you need to pay some tax. Or if you don't do, there is an inspection and you can get fined and lose a lot of money, but generally if you work from islands, you can avoid a lot of that.
When researching, I see a lot of people, the number one option usually, what I at least see is non-resident LLC US, like Wyoming or something. You don't think that's good?
No, I don't think that working with US is is good in for crypto. I know it sounds better if you...
Can you elaborate, please?
Yeah. Well, for you, you think that new investors, they will feel more secure if that company is from Wyoming, Delaware or something, because it's US LLC. But I think that most investors now in crypto, you're hardly gonna get an investor that doesn't know anything in crypto. He's not in the space, at least from the last bear market. And generally, LLCs or companies generally in some third world countries are also okay for them because they want tokens. Those tokens, when you issue a token with an American company, it's not gonna be American token, you know. It's not gonna be in America. He's gonna get it in his wallet in Singapore or Chad or wherever he is. So I don't think they care too much about that. More they care about how you are running your company with your money, and if you are reaching your targets you have before issuing the token. Somebody else? Okay, thank you.
Hvala, Vlado.
Hvala vama.